this is what remains of my Father here on earth. And the same can happen to you. I'm here to tell you that you aren't exempt from an early death. I'm here to tell you that you are at war. You see, if you're struggling with your health, perhaps your midsection is not as slim as you need it to be for health reasons. Perhaps you're on the beginning stages of diabetes. You are not as safe as you may think you are. See, my father had complications in diabetes, and eventually that led to kidney failure, and eventually when they tried to resuscitate him, his heart gave out. Me as his son missed his passing by about 10 minutes, and I was texting somebody I had just met, a romantic interest, and I didn't have the heart, I didn't even want to tell this person I had just met that my father was on the last stages of his life. And I'm telling you this so that you can have a wake-up call to understand that not only may you suffer things that are not needed for you to suffer, not only may your energy not be where you need it to be, your confidence, all of that, but also consider that you are going to affect and inflict a type of pain and trauma into those that you love, like your son or your daughter. I'm here again to state very clearly that you are at war. If you consider looking at your body and the way it responds to the environment that you are currently living in, perhaps you get hungry first thing in the morning. Are you tending to its needs, or do you feel sometimes rushed and having to take maybe the office bagels or the office donuts or a fast food or some kind of confection thought up by McDonald's or Burger King or anything that you can get your hands on, and you call that breakfast? Perhaps your pants are fitting in a way that, to be blunt, well, they're not fitting. You're finding yourself having to get new clothes or, loosen or maybe cover up that your pants aren't even closing correctly. Or maybe you're having to buy a bigger size jeans or stretchy pants or something just to kind of get by. But instead of dealing with the fact that you need to get on some sort of program to get you in shape, and instead of dealing with the fact that you need to address whatever it is that's keeping you in this cycle of repetitive problem in your health. If you think about how it is to go out, you may be experiencing things like not knowing what to wear or preferring not to take your significant out dancing or to a dinner in fear of being uncomfortable or not feeling confident enough to maybe meet new people if you are single. The body, the energy that your body needs to produce high end results in your career are probably becoming quite evident if you are having a more weight, more body fat on your body than you need. You may find that your energy levels are not with a zealous type ignition. You may see the younger people able to outperform you as they seem like they have some sort of talent that, hey, they happen to be slimmer and more energetic, but you don't know what that is. Maybe it's just you getting older. Maybe you're just 25, 30, but you're blaming your health and fitness to your age. Maybe you're a little older and you know that, yeah, age did in fact cause a problem to that, but you also know it is your own disciplines as well. Perhaps you're seeing that you don't even have the energy to pray. You don't even have the energy to call out for God perhaps. Or maybe that it's some sort of fruitless effort to reach out to God because you've already tried that. You've been there, you've done that, and it doesn't seem to be paying off. You tune into the sermons maybe on YouTube, or you go to church and you feel that you are not being spoken to. You're being spoken at. And your truest concerns in your career, in your relationships, whether it's cheating on your spouse or your partner, or her cheating on you, or not getting enough sex, or not feeling fulfilled sexually as a man. There's all types of emotions that we as men have to process. And that is why I'm here to tell you that you are at war. If you found this video, then you have access to social media. And if you scroll through your page of social media, you may find advice by some people that you follow, some gurus, some coaches. You may find a sexy girl bending over, showing you her nice thick ass. You might find some inspirational quotes. You might find things that make sense or feel some sort of zeal, what's known as entreporn or entrepreneur porn or some shit like that. Am I getting close? And you maybe open up a dating app and you see that there's so many women, and yet there's a dissonance, a disconnect from what you need and what it is that is out there. It's almost as if the world around you is unreal. Like you yourself as a man are doing everything you can, sacrificing your time, your life, your money, everything that you can possibly think of to get to the next level, to get some sort of footing in this world, all to have it dissipate before you get there, or even worse, getting there and understanding that you're not there, that it was just some illusion, some sort of level that got swept from underneath you. Well, my friend, I've seen obesity ravage my father. I've been in situations where I've given so much to a woman, and my respect, my monogamy, my time, my resources, all to have her take it for granted, insult me, literally insult me. I've been there where, you know, my body's aged quicker than I wanted it to because of the lack of my own disciplines, the lack of my own understandings. And I've been there where I've been invited to church, for example, and I go and the pastor seems to be dancing around the main topic, speaking loosely about, you know, how he handled some, like, buddy cutting him off or something like that, which was irrelevant, which was trivial to my truest pain and desires. And then all to have somebody come up to me, feel like they're on some holier than thou trip, flexing their spiritual muscles, like since I'm a guest and they've been there a while, I'm supposed to feel some sort of inferiority or something. You've been there before? I say it again. You are at war. You know, if it's not enough for me to tell you that I've seen diabetes ravage and destroy my father's health, if it's not enough to come and tell you that after being the guy I thought that any woman would like to have, to find that on some level I'm running on some outdated firmware of what women want, as if it's almost as if I've seen the turning of the tides where now the less you care, the more rewarded you are in the romantic field. You are at war. Listen, I've already come to the realization that I am at war. I mean, that's why I'm wearing this jacket. I've had this jacket for years. I chose to wear it on this video to make it very clear to you that you are at war. And I could go around and say it in all types of different ways. I could say it in any tone, any method that you like. The only reason I'm telling it to you like this is so that you can wake up. You see, if you think that the food that you're being given by the society around you is just some accidental addiction that you can't say no to, well, you got another thing coming. See, the very food around you is designed to addict you and then lead you down a path where your health is irrelevant. And then when you get sick or some sort of diabetes or something, they got the medication to hook you on that. All just in time so that you can die quick enough to not be a bother to anybody. Now, what I said right now, what I just said, real ones know that I'm not just talking shit. And I'll say it again so that we're clear that I know what I said. I'll say it again. Let's just take, for instance, if you're overweight. The world around you knows how to hook you into addictive foods. If you take, for instance, Taco Bell, they make their dollar menu food so that it doesn't fill you up. It sort of just hooks you, addicts you chemically, and then makes you get something more. You are slowly being starved. And in that starvation, you reach for more food that cannot give you the nutrients that you need. And you keep getting fatter and more sick and less energy. And all of a sudden, this dollar menu food is costing you more in health, in productivity, in clarity of mind, and in legacy for your family. Do you need more evidence than this that you are at war? Is that irrelevant to you? Is what I just said irrelevant to you? In dating, it's become the strategy for people not to value the nuclear family. That's become the strategy. And the government seems to be okay with this because in dissipating the family, people have nothing to count on except the government. If people cannot count on their own family, then that means they have to count on what? You can fill in the blank there, however you like. It's your choice. That's your choice. Fill it in however you like. And we live in a society too where saying things that are politically incorrect are shameful. That's a thing. Being politically correct is for politicians. Politicians are in the pocket of big business and the same people that don't really care about your well-being. So examine potentially that your very dating life, the one that is being force-fed down your throat, that is some sort of political correctness, that you can't say what you really want, what you really feel, is in fact an oppression set upon you by people that are looking to engineer socially the life around you to keep you in a state of censorship. You are at war. The churches are looking to placate the people that go, so that not to lose a large investment. And so then we have to ask, who is invested in the message being given? Examine that. Examine that. And so then our very own connection to God, our very own guidance is being tampered with. Think about that for a second. Our very own divine connection, the message to God, is being manipulated. So we have your dating life, your body, your connection to God, all of them being manipulated by corporations, by lobbyists, by interest groups, by politics. Hey, and God forbid you say anything about it, because then you'll be politically incorrect. You are at war. You are at war. Is there any wonder then that you don't necessarily know exactly where you stand in your career? Is there any wonder then that if all the areas that matter to you to function, to think clearly, like your spirituality, your body, and the relationship with the woman that you love, if every area that counts is being tampered with, manipulated, being fucked with by interest groups, by the media, by some sort of fucking hidden hand of sorts, is there any wonder to you that your very own career stands at a dissonance? Because the men running those corporations are also just like you. They also are having a problem finding peace in their home, peace in their heart, peace in their body. So the people running you are just like you. Think about that for a second. Look, I don't have it all figured out. When it comes to my physique, yes, I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror. When I see myself naked, I give a thumbs up. If I need improvement, I'll work on it. It's not to say that I've never had fast food or don't know what it tastes like or don't understand the joy in a little bit of hedonistic food. It doesn't mean that. But what I can tell you is I have a solid understanding of nutrition and the sciences that affect my body and how it responds. And the same can be possible for you. When it comes to my connection to the Lord, over the last several years, I've taken a deep interest and practice in meditation. As a matter of fact, today I've meditated about 20 minutes. The days where I don't meditate are few and far in between. They happen. I'm not saying they don't happen. There's days where I don't meditate. And yet, the most important thing I could tell you is that in the process of looking for guidance from God, well, here I am. If you will know them by their fruits, then I am proud to tell you that you are witnessing the fruit of my knowing of God. Take that for what it's worth. Take that for what it's worth. I'm not here to hide in front of the camera. I'm here to show you the reality. I'm here to give you the truth. You don't like it? That's fine. Like I said, you are at war. You know, the funniest thing that's come to me, the biggest thing I could tell you in regards to what I have found in relationships is that so many women want to be a queen, and they're always talking about how they're the queen and the queen. Well, all that's fine. This is not about them. What I have found is that the most important thing is that I resonate with the king within myself. And in that discovery of self, I understand that if I don't ever find my queen, then I will be okay with it because she may not even exist. You know, war has casualties, and it's gotten quite complicated out here in the real world. It's gotten quite complicated what's going on